Good afternoon, viewers. So what I'm going to try and do today is, let's call it a first attempt at doing a homemade wash for my aircraft. I finished it now; it's all glossed up, so I want to do some weathering on it. I want to put a wash over it to accentuate the panel line details. I normally use these great clay washes from Flory. But I saw somebody on YouTube myself making their own with some, basically some water, a little bit of dish soap and pastel chalk. I thought, why not? Let's give it a go. If it works well. It seemed to work pretty well when this guy did it on the YouTube video I watched. If it does work well, it's a lot easier and a hell of a lot cheaper than buying pre-made washes. So I'm just going to give that a go. So ingredients are really very simple: some water, a pastel chalk, and some dish soap. Now, you may think it's a bit silly. I've only got the green stuff at the moment. I'll get some clear stuff if I try it again, but we don't put much in at all, so I really don't think there's much worry of it having an impact as far as the colour of the wash is concerned. So I am just going to put literally a couple of drops of soap into the water. Okay, and we're going to mix that up. Just get a clean pipette. And then all we're going to do is take a scalpel or an X-Acto knife, and we're literally just going to scrape the chalk to get fine particles of it into the water. I don't know exactly how much of this we're going to need to do, so this will be a little bit trial and error. You want to make sure you're using a dull blade when you do this, because it's not going to do any favours for the sharpness of your blade. So just try giving that a bit of a stir. Okay, that's looking like it's got potential. Put some more in for good measure. Also, I guess it depends on how dark you want the wash to be. That's how you decide well, first and foremost, what colour of chalk you're going to use, and also how much you want to put in. Okay, so that, I think, for a first try anyway, I think it's probably dark enough, as you can see in the pipette. So let's bring in the aircraft. Great thing about this is because it's all just water based, water and and soap. If you make a mess of it, as long as you've got a decent gloss coat on, you will be able to remove it pretty easily. And so all I'm going to do is just take a brush and apply it quite liberally. I'm cautiously optimistic. I think, as you can see, it's catching the panel lines. It's not overly dark, and it's not like it's overcooking it massively. I'm reasonably cautious that it's going to end up looking pretty good. I think before I do any more, I am just going to add some more chalk into the mix so I can get a comparison with how it looks on the other side of the aircraft. So let's just turn this around. See if the extra makes any difference. I think this side might be looking a little bit more defined, but I guess this is all going to come down to personal taste as to how pronounced you want the effect to be. I guess like everything to do with modelling, it really comes down to personal preference. Some people are not fans of the whole accentuating the detailing at all. Other people go way over the top. Personally, I I think the sweet spot is somewhere in the middle, but as is the general rule, your model, your rules. So if that's what you like, that's what you do, and that's the only way it should be. Don't let anybody tell you any different. Just want to do the tail when I'm on it. I think it really does work best when you just apply it and let gravity do the work. I guess the one thing to make a note of here is I would say it is pretty crucial that you've got a good gloss coat on there. And I think what I'm going to do is just use a cotton bud and just going to absorb a little bit of the excess water just to make it easier to remove it later on and leave some in the panel lines. Okay, I think that is about that for now. I'm going to leave that to dry for a few hours now. I'll leave it to dry a couple of hours at least, so it's bone dry, and then I'll see about removing it. I'm hopeful that it should just wipe off with a dry towel. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, I'll catch up with you guys later when that's dry. Welcome back, guys. Okay, as you can see, this is now dry. This has been I don't know, about 6-7 hours since I turned the video off when they were still wet. So now I'm going to take a look, see how easy it is to remove and how it looks afterwards. So very simply, first of all, I'm just using a dry kitchen towel. I'm going to see how it comes away, and actually it does come off quite easily for the most part. It's just like chalk dust, really. So I guess that's all it is, isn't it? I'm not being too abrasive with it because I want to leave it in the panel lines. I Like if there's any particularly stubborn bits, I'll come back to them a little bit later on with a damp cotton bud. As you can see, it's coming off relatively easily. Excuse me. And so as you can see, it does come off relatively easily. I'm going to try, I might ruin this now if I wet it, but just for the purposes of illustrating whether it works or not, I'm going to try using a damp towel. I'm going to make it very damp and dry it out a bit. Just moistened it, dry it on itself. And it actually cleans up a lot better, but you do have to be careful with it because it will take it out of the detailing as well. So very, very small amounts of pressure. I guess it all depends on how dirty you want the aircraft to look. I'm actually really happy with this. I'm not sure whether I will use it as a proper substitute for the flory washes, because I do love them. They're very good. It's definitely an alternative. Yeah, it's going to take a while to do the entire plane, but you can see for the purposes of the video, that's about the level that I normally want to leave it at on my models, and I think that's come out really nicely. So I'm going to leave you there with that. There we go. Homemade wash with water, dish soap and scraped pastel chalk. Very, very good. I'm happy with that. Thanks for listening, guys. Let me know if you got any questions or any queries, anything else you want to see videos of. I'm open to all suggestions. Plan to post a lot more content over the summer once I start getting my modeling mojo back. And yeah, so please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Can't get my words out. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, and I will hopefully have some more content for you soon. Thank you.